Welcome everyone to Germany for the 6th race in the 2025 GoRacing Sim League GT3 season. I am Skippy McThrottle, along with my friend who finishes faster than a firecracker in a microwave, Billy Ray Burnout. Today the league is racing at Motorsport Arena Oschersleben. Billy Ray, can you tell us a little about this crazy track?
Does a squirrel teabag a pine cone? Yes, I sure can. Motorsport Arena Oschersleben, established in 1997, is a significant German racetrack located near Magdeburg. It's known for its versatile, approximately 2.3-mile circuit, which hosts a variety of motorsport events, including DTM and the FIM Sidecar World Championship. This modern facility, with its challenging layout and comprehensive amenities, plays a vital role in both national and international racing, attracting drivers and spectators alike.
Thanks, Billy Ray. Maybe next time you can try and sound more exciting.
If I wanted to hear shit talk, I'd call my ex, so shut your noise hole.
Well, alrighty then. How about we take a lap with Kerry Cantera to get a better idea about what the drivers will see today?
Let's do it. We start off on the front stretch where drivers are moving at a high rate of speed. As they approach one, they will slow and prepare for turn 2, the hotel corner. This is a tight, tricky corner, and it can be easy to enter too fast, causing the car to swing out too wide, thus creating a passing opportunity. Next is Hasseröder, a long, slow left curve. Keep an eye on this turn during the race. Then we have a short straightaway leading to turns 4, 5, and 6. A high-speed triple left set of turns. Then the drivers will need to brake hard for turn 7, a tight right-hander. This is a long, slow turn where throttle patience is key. Then we have turns 8, 9, and 10, a quick right then left, followed by a sweeping right-hand turn, leading to a fairly long straightaway, giving the drivers a chance to relax before they get to the Shell S turns, or 11 and 12. This is a set of high-speed right and left turns. Now the drivers are on the home stretch with a fast set of right-hand turns leading to the long straightaway where it all started, and then they get to do it all over again.
Looky here, Sam Buck is once again our pole sitter. He turned 40 laps during the qualifying sessions with a fasted lap of 1 minute 23.368 seconds.
Gasp! You don't say! And here I was thinking, well, exactly what just happened. But still, what a surprise. Not, Sam likes sitting on a pole about as much as your wife does, Skippy.
And there it is. I knew you wouldn't behave today. Alright, so the top 5 in qualifying were Sam Buck, Lewis Lockshine, Kerry Cantera, Ed Adams, and Mikey Fredrickson. The highest qualifying amateur driver is Daniel Scheffer, and he starts 9th.
Yeah, Daniel is the only amateur starting in the top 12. That shows how accurate the Pro-Am split is in the league. Looks like the right line is checking up near the front during the pace lap for some reason. This leads to a domino effect, and Avelio gets into Kevin. This is why it is super important for the front cars to maintain pace speed and keep a steady throttle.
And we're off. These first few turns are pretty tricky. Let's see if the drivers are patient on this first lap. Everything is looking good and clean going into turns 1 and 2. I honestly expected an issue in these first turns.
Yep, everyone was patient and respectful. We had several cars too wide, but they all held their line and never touched. Great job.
And Sam Buck manages to stay in front of the field after the first few turns. It will be important for Lewis to keep pace and not let Sam pull away.
Oh, scheisse. We have 2 cars sliding off track between turns 3 and 4.
It looks like Lane Allen was too fast on the exit of 3 and slid off the track.
Yeah, he bolted out of that turn like his pants were on fire and the devil was holding the match. Actually, you can see he gets loose and tries to catch it, but that causes him to spin off the track.
He's lucky he didn't hit the wall too hard. Looks like Daniel Scheffer also got loose, but he was able to save it and continue. Scheffer's rejoin caused Avelio and Frank to get together in turn 7. This resulted in Avelio getting sideways, but he was able to continue safely.
Situational awareness, people. Avelio really crowded Frank there. This early in the race, it best to give room and live to race another day.
This is a really tight racetrack. And you can see that the field has already formed a single line around the track.
They are in a single file line that is tighter than a preacher's daughter on prom night.
You kiss your mama with that mouth?
No, but I kiss yours. The field is about to finish the first lap, and Sam Buck is still in the lead with Louis Lockshine and Kerry Quintera in second and third. Kevin Banks is currently the highest amateur in 12th.
Looks like we have some action on lap 3 as Avelio dives low going into turn 2 on Chris Payne.
Yeah, and he ran Chris high in the turn, and it looks like Chris was not a fan of that move as he is blinking his lights at Avelio. I can read blinking lights like Morse code, and those lights are saying F you.
Looking at this again, you can see Chris enters the turn high to diamond the turn, and Avelio takes advantage of that line by diving under. He does drift high, pushing Chris to the outside.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the move per se, but you need to keep your car to the inside and not drift up into the other car's line. And on the very next lap in turn 3, Avelio gives Chris his position back.
Oh, and on lap 4, turn 7, Tyler Marble spins right in front of Shane Papala. And now they are both stuck with nowhere to go as the field goes by.
You can see Shane does a great job of not hitting Tyler. You can hear him get on the throttle and then he immediately hits the brakes. On lap 5, the current amateur leader Kevin Banks spins in turn 3 and gets passed by several other amateur class cars.
After assuming the amateur lead after Kevin Banks' spin, John Enriquez has a solo spin in turn 10 on the very next lap, giving Kevin Rupert the amateur lead. On lap 8, Kevin Banks spins again in turn 3.
That turn just signed a long-term lease in his nightmares.
And on lap 9, we have some great racing between Frank Upper and Shane Papala. Shane is really putting the pressure on Frank after losing many positions earlier when he had to stop for Tyler's spin.
Yeah, he's on him like a mosquito at a nudist colony. That pressure's tighter than a first date fart hold. He's on him like a stripper on a dude with fresh tax return money.
Dude, we get it, geez.
Oh, one more. He's on him like a porn star on a dildo.
Dude, just stop. And Shane finally makes the pass going into the triple left. Lap 10 and Sam Buck has pulled out to a 6.7 seconds lead on Louis Lockshine.
And Kevin Rupert is in 10th position and is now leading the amateur class, but Daniel Scheffer is really putting the pressure on him for that position.
12 laps in, and Avelio makes another move on Chris Payne in turn 2, just like earlier, but this time they might have touched.
And Chris is flashing his lights at Avelio again out of anger. I interviewed Chris after the race, and this is what he had to say.
Mercy. Lap 13, and we have a good battle with Chris Payne, Kevin Banks and Tyler Marble. Chris and Kevin are side by side going down the straightaway between turns 10 and 11. Looks like Kevin has a bad turn 11, and I think he and Tyler might have had some contact.
Yeah, it looks like Kevin was tight going into 12 and Tyler was driving the normal line and they touched. No harm, no foul.
Now we are on lap 14 and that same group is still racing hard. Oh no, it looks like Kevin Banks has spun again in turn 3.
Yeah, and it appears John Enriquez got into him as he was spinning. John was already missing his front bumper. Let's take a look from inside John's car and see what happened.
Nowhere to go. And it looks like Tyler Marble also was involved.
Yeah, it looks like his car broke loose when he got on the brakes to avoid the wreck. He called it a day after that spin. Lap 16 and Matt Cushion is running 9th but spins and hits the wall exiting turn 12.
Looks like he bounced off the wall and kept going. Lap 16 and the current amateur class leader Kevin Rupert spins in turn 3.
If your name's Kevin, you're hating that turn right now. That's 4 spins in that turn today by a driver named Kevin. They should rename that turn to Kevin's Chasm of Chaos Curve.
Lap 18 and John Enriquez completes a pass on Kevin Banks in turn 3. At lap 20, Joe Buck is leading the Pro Series with a 13-second lead.
You're such a dumb ass. You have the cognitive agility of a potato rolling uphill. How the hell did you get here? Joe Buck is a NFL and baseball broadcaster. That is Sam Buck.
My bad.
Yep, sure was. And leading the amateur class at lap 20 is Daniel Sheffer. Looks like he's recovered from that early spin on lap 1.
Lap 22 and Matt Cushion has another spin, this time in turn 3. This might be one of the trickiest pit entrances of all the tracks we have seen this season, and we see Kevin Banks hit the wall while pitting on lap 25.
Yeah, this sumbitch is fast and tight like your wife. Lap 26 and Lane Allen breaks loose in turn 14. This looked very similar to his spin on lap 1. Sam Buck now has a 17-second lead over Lewis on lap 30.
Yeah, this is no contest as long as he keeps it clean. And Daniel Sheffer is still leading the amateur series on lap 30.
And as soon as you say that, Daniel Sheffer has an issue on the exit of turn 3. Man, so many people have had issues in that turn today. It looks like he will maintain his position, though.
Oh, and on the very next lap, Daniel Sheffer spins out at the entrance of the high-speed triple left turns. This will give the amateur lead to Kevin Rupert.
Daniel had a good lead on Kevin, but 2 spins on 2 laps cost him. And Matt Cushion has another solo spin on lap 32.
Oh boy, looks like his tyres still had grass and dirt on them, and he spins again in the next turn. On lap 33, we have a great battle with Ken Schultz and Evelio Barrios. Evelio is looking to get around Ken in turns 1 and 2, but Ken holds him off.
Yeah, Ken did a good job of holding the inside line in turn 2. Looks like Ken opened the door on the inside of turn 3 and Evelio dives to his inside. They are side by side on the exit and they touch. Evelio spins off the track and into the wall.
Everything is good and clean in the turn, but you can see Ken is forced high on the exit. Evelio left very little room on corner exit, and when Ken moved off the rumble strips, he tapped Evelio on the right rear. And with a 30-second lead, Sam Buck wins the Pro Series here at Motorsports Arena.
That wasn't a butt kicking, that was an archaeological dig because they just got buried. And we have a tight battle to the finish for the Amateur Series win between Kevin Rupert and Daniel Sheffer. Looks like Daniel gets a little off track and Kevin Rupert will win the Amateur Series here at Motorsports Arena.
Here is a rundown of the top 10. Sam gets the win, followed by Lewis and Kerry Cantora on the podium. Rusty Johnson has a good race and finishes 4th, while Ed Adams kept it clean and finished 5th. Mikey Fredrickson, Brandon Harrison, Mike Watts, Shane Papala, and Kevin Rupert round out the top 10. I would like to also point out that Mikey Fredrickson was the only driver with a completely clean race and no incident points.
Looking at the season standings, we see that Lewis still has the lead in the Pro Series, followed by Mikey Fredrickson, Sam Buck, Kerry Cantera, and Mike Watts. And Kevin Rupert maintains his lead in the Amateur Series, followed by John Enriquez, Wyatt Franklin, Chris Payne, and Daniel Sheffer.
Next week, the GoRacing Sim League heads to rainy Florida for an official IMSA race at Sebring. Thanks for watching. I'm Skippy McThrottle.
And I'm Billy Ray Burnout. Bis später.